Hi everyone. It is the morning of the 22nd and I am working on a project. I have got everything gathered and I'm not sure how Halloween it's going to look at first, but we're going to give it a go. I have two bezels. I have this one here, which is a closed back bezel. It has that, uh, it has the hanger part anyway, the loop, that juts out past the piece itself. So I have it sat on a stick to try to level it. And I'll be right back. The other bezel is an open back, and I've already got it onto the heat tape. I am going to set it out of the way though and begin working on the cabochon. It's this size right here. And I have been debating which would be the most effective. Excuse me, let's just get the bezel itself out of the way while I work on the cabochon. So, yes, this is going to be UV resin. And, well, I'm just going to wing it from here, okay? Because that's pretty much how I do things anyway. Going to fill just a small portion into there. And then I'm going to take some of these little flowers. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and do the purple. So I'm going to set that aside, get this blue out of the way. We'll do a little orange sparkle. And I need to wet these flowers. Oh yeah, red for the purple. So I'm going to stick them in there. I cannot put too many in. And I want it more to the side. Get a couple of smaller ones in. And then I'm going to put some of these white ones in here. Get them down in there. Separate the little red. And I need a piece of green. At least one. Oh, now stop it. Boy, it says I don't want to be in there. Okay, got that in. Now, I have to wipe these off. And I'm not sure. Oh, I think I'm going to add just a little bit more white in there. Just a little bit. Try to get it all wet. And I think they're settled in the way I need them to be. So now we're going to kind of quick cure on the surface here. And some of those are sticking up, but that's okay. I'll allow it. Let's see how cured it is. Close. Trying not to dislodge it while I push those down. And Okay, I believe that's it for that. Let's go ahead, cure it just a little bit more. And of course I will cure both sides later. Okay, so that portion is done for that one. Now I need to put some UV resin in one of the little cups here. Don't need a whole lot. Just enough to hopefully finish filling that cabochon. Not going to worry too much about bubbles just yet, because as you can tell, there's going to be some mica powder going in. And just a very, very, very infinitesimal amount. That should about do it. Get all that powder incorporated in. That is such a pretty color. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and pour layer by layer into here. Get it up over everything. Oops, I have an alarm going off. I'll be right back. All right, I'm going to pop some bubbles. Maybe. Oh, that's not a bubble. That's the flower. Okay, that works. All right, now that we have this down, I need to cure that. Okay, you all see where I put my... I found it. Ta-da! Let's move this out of the way so I'm not curing it accidentally. Now this has to be cured as well as I can possibly get it from this angle. Okay, let's test it out, see if it's curing. Yes, it is. Next, we have this awesome stuff called spider gel. Now, I don't know what I did with its little tool, but we're going to use the tool that I have right here. I'm not going to open this very far, so let me grab my knife instead of that for a second. Oh, there we go. I'm just going to pop a little bit right here. And then I'm just going to fold this back. Okay, this one's supposed to be black, and I'm seeing white coming out. Y'all see white? I see white. Or maybe the white there means it's white inside. So we're going to open the other one, because it's got a black web on it. How backwards. But that's all right. I'll work with it. Try not to knock the other flowers off. And I see black. Yay! Get that folded backwards enough. right. Let's get this put back in so I'm safe away from it. Ha ha ha. Now let's grab our little tool. And we are going to take a little bit of the spider gel. And we're going to string it across. That's not wanting to stick. It's not wanting to stick. Well, maybe we'll just have to do without it. It's not wanting to stick down. Getting it all over the outside. Wow. Difficult stuff. Now I'm sure some of you have used the spider gel. What's your hints of trying to get this on there? Stretch it pretty far. Lay it down on the other. Okay. Yeah, this may not work out for me, folks. I'm going to wipe most of it off so I can get my tool out of there. Oh, for Pete's sake. Maybe I don't like this stuff. I like the effects, but I don't think I like working with it. Stop. There we go. Well, I'm going to call that done. Oh my gosh, not until I get this cleaned up. Holy cow. Who invented this stuff? It's like slime you can't play with. Well, I guess if you're doing it like this, it's playing with it, right? It's really gunky. Ugh. Who knows? Maybe I got a bad batch. It's always possible, folks. Go ahead and wipe it off a little bit more. Oh, look, I get to open up a fresh bag of wipes. And truthfully, I don't know if you're supposed to cure this or not. It didn't have any instructions. And, you know, I don't see so well when other people are doing things. So I try very hard to try to pay attention. But if you can't see it, you can't do it, right? Okay, so that's been done. I'm going to see if I need to cure it. So we'll see. I'll let that sit there for a minute while I get me a sip of, let's see, my caffeine in the morning. It has a much milder caffeine than regular coffee. And I can't drink the half calf stuff because I still get kind of jittery from it. Decaf used to do it for me because I had it in my head, hey, you know, that kind of thing. It was going to be good. But I've come to the whole thing that, yeah, I need the caffeine from something. So anyway, let me grab this. I'm sure it's not cured. Oh, it is, it is, it is, it is, it is. Awesome. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and bring over the rest of that beautiful purple. I'll probably have to make a little bit more. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping this will fill the cabochon, but I don't think it's going to. So I might just add a little bit of clear in on top of this. All right, I think it's full. Let me turn a bit sideways and find out. It's almost full. Not quite, but it is almost full. So I'm going to add just a very smidge of clear, just to bring it to the top. Okay, that looks good. And I will probably have to sand the sides because of everything that's gotten spread out. Because, well, that's the whole thing of life, isn't it? Okay, I'm checking for bubbles. I see a few, so give me a second here. I may have to fill this thing soon. Oh, that looks nicer. Still see it. Oop, and I stuck my darned lighter down in it again. I am so not all there with that. Alrighty, give it a top cure. Then I'll pause you and I'm going to give it a full cure. And we'll be back and we'll tackle the other bezel before we unmold this one. Alright, that should have had enough top cure. So I'm going to pause you and we'll be back. Okay, the other one has been cured. We're going to work on this one real quick, and then we'll unveil both of them later. Now this way I have to work from back to front instead of front to back. So, get our little bit of sparkly mica powder there. And I do have a little bit of sunlight trying to come in the rim, so I am trying to hurry this up. I don't want it too thick at the base. And as with before, with the other, very small amount of mica. Itty bitty. Yeah, maybe a smidgy bitty more. That should do it. Okay, I'm going to close up the glittery mica powder because, well, you know, I'm likely to knock it over. And I don't want to do that. So let's get this stirred in. I just want that hint in there. Maybe we'll go a smidge more. A very smidge. And here's where I end up dumping it all in, right? We'll use this and then I'll put it back under there. Okay, that will do it. Set that aside. Get this mixed in. I mean, I could be doing all the mixing and stuff while you're on pause, but might as well just go through the whole process. And I will add a little bit of speed to this video. All right. Especially when I'm sitting here trying to scrape out the rest of the resin. As I said, I want it to be a very thin layer. Okay, set this aside, wipe off the stick, and let's get that spread around. Okay, I think I've touched every edge here. Trying to make sure there's no bubbles in the edge. Okay, let's pop those bubbles. Hopefully I won't dip this back down into it. Oh, don't give up on me now, lighter. That is not nice. Okay, we'll go to the short lighter. And try not to burn the hand off. Okay, let's go ahead, get this cured up. Make sure it's level in there first. Looks like it is. Get our glasses out of the way. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. Seriously? Okay, I have to plug this in. I'll be back. While that's charging, I'm going to go ahead before this is cured up any at all. And I'm going to put just a little dazzle of glitter. Trying to get mostly just the larger flakes. There we go. Just that little bit for that really good hint of red. And then we're going to go ahead and place a couple of these little leaves. And I will move them around as necessary. Oh, well, goodness sake. All right. Let's grab my little tool. That's all I can do until my stuff is charged, so, well, I'll be back. Okay, now we're going to put some clear in. Not a whole lot. Layer by layer, folks. I'm just making sure I've got all the sides touched. Okay, let's get some more onto there. And we're going to go with, I think we're going to go with this one here. I don't know, I think that's a little too large, but let's put it kind of right there in the middle. Okay. I'm going to put a few of these, and I'm just dropping these in. I'll move them if I feel it's necessary. We're going to go ahead and put some of this flower in. I don't know, it's a flower. It's probably more like a bush. I don't know. Who knows? That one I do have to move around. And we have to put a little bit more resin to cover that flower a little bit. Get it to stick down a little. I hope this isn't bothering you, me doing this all so you can watch the process. Some people are getting antsy about watching my videos at all, so I'm trying to listen and all that. I'm going to have to quick cure that one because it wants to poke up. My flashlight is still charging, but it works well on the cord. So let's try this. Pull it away a little bit. You may have to pick that one right out of there. Okay. Yeah. And of course I put UV on this while I was curing. I'll chip it off later. How fun. Anyway, and I only want this one flower here. Now I'm pretty sure I darn well cured that thing. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Get that pushed down. Make sure nothing is sticking outside of the bezel. And what do you think, folks? Another flower? One more blue, purple, whatever you want to call that color? I am slowly pulling this thing off of here with my arm. Well, I think it'll be good just the way it is. Now I want one more. I want it right about there. Oh, now get your stem in there. All the way. Oh, that'll be good. As long as the stem isn't sticking out. I'm just trying to push that one down so it bends down in there. I will be doming this. You stubborn little flower. Stay where I told you to stay. Okay. Looking at everything sideways to make sure everything's down below as much as possible. And that everything is covered. One more push down. Then we'll do the quick cure. Got a bubble coming up right there, of course, and I just cured it. Ha ha. Alrighty. Go ahead and clean this off. And I'm going to pause you while I clean all this off of here so I don't dump it. Of course, I got to see where I'm going to poke. Okay, now we're going to dome it. I should be using, I'm going to cure this all up all the way first, and then I'll dome it because I'm going to be using the Let's Resin viscous, that's the clear hard type. Well, the thick stuff. I know what I'm talking about. I do. High viscosity. That one right there. All right. Bring you back shortly. Okay, this is ready to dome. So let's grab the high viscosity. Oh boy, that stuff is cold right now. Whoop, whoop, and I'm losing the cap. Go around the edge. Try not to go over the edge. I do want a nice high dome. Okay, I'm going to stop it right there for now. I'm going to find the cap. And we're going to use these toothpicks to coax it where it needs to go. I am bringing it over onto the bezel itself. Sorry, concentrating again. All right. Now what I need to do is allow it to settle. And that may take a little bit of time, so I'm going to probably put you on pause while it settles down and I cure it. I don't know why I'm trying to wipe that off, but, you know, the mind of waste not, want not. All right, putting you on pause. Okay, this is cured. We're going to peel this off of the back here. Just like that. There is no sticky residue, but I do have a little bit of escape there. So we're just going to snip that right off. And I have a stem that broke over the edge. And that took care of that. All right. That is that one. Can't see it in the dark, can you? Let's see. Can I do this? Does it need white? It probably needs white under it. Well, that may not work either. But I can't see what you're able to see, so until I edit. So hopefully that one there gets a gold chain and a gold ring. Jump ring. Yes, that's the name of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the chain into the jumper ring. Oh, for crud's sake. Let's try that again. I have jewelry pliers somewhere. I really do. But I don't make jewelry all that often. Oh, did it stay on? Oh, it did, it did. I know it's not closed all the way. There it is. Oh, for goodness sake, come on. There we are. All right. That one is finished. I probably will dome the back, though, because it's a little wavy from putting the plant pieces in and from being on the damming tape. All right, let's get to the last one. Let's see if this turned out okay. It still feels slightly sticky. Well, no, only a couple parts here and there. Weird. So now that it's out, I'm going to go ahead and pause you before I bring it up. All right, there's that. I think it turned out wonderful. Let me get a little bit more light on it. I know the shiny will take over too, but I think that makes a good vampire's necklace. The other one is for a witch. All right, I'm going to go ahead. Let's glue this in. Watch me glue my fingers on. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, that was nice. the innards came outwards. Let's sop some of that up real fast. And my fingers are stuck. And let's get the cabochon on. Hi, baby. Okay. I said, watch me glue my fingers on, and so you just did. Except it was glued onto the napkin. Boy, that was a lot of super glue. I can't believe it pulled the insert out of there. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, it's still sticking. Let's see if I can get some alcohol on here and clean it off real fast. I hope it doesn't tarnish the bezel. Well, I guess that's just there now. I will probably take a file or something and try to get it all up there. Let's make sure we've got this thoroughly cleaned off. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, it's still sticking. Oh, gotta love it. Oh no, now my fingernail is stuck to that. That is some good glue. Nail glue. You'll never get those fake nails off you. But that's that. I'm going to go ahead and get some pictures taken so that, oh my gosh. Yes, I'll bring you for some pictures. I'll put them at the end here. All right, everybody. Love y'all. Day 22 done. Peace out.